Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button, as well as the thumbs up button, and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's start by taking a look at Bitcoin, looking very bullish. It is currently over $65,000, approaching $66,000. And if Bitcoin is to hit $72,400, it will liquidate $19 billion of shorts. It looks like we're on the path there, and bears are going to be wrecked. We are in a macro bull market, as I've been saying, for crypto, stocks, real estate, and more. And we are in a uptrend. So there hasn't been any type of invalidation, even with the pullback we saw where Bitcoin touched 53K. It found its bottom and now it's doing a reversal. We have a bounce and we're headed to new all-time highs. Now, will it go up in a straight line? Obviously not. This thing moves in phases. It pumps, pulls back, builds support levels, then bounces from there. And here, analyst Titan of Crypto shared a great chart showing a cup and handle pattern that is forming for Bitcoin on the macro. So this is pretty much like the yearly, going back to the all-time highs of 2022. He said Bitcoin $110,000 target. This cup and handle pattern could catapult Bitcoin to $110,000 by the end of 2024. I think that's highly probable because we're not very far from $100,000, and Bitcoin hit $74,000 just over 3 months ago, and that was just before the halving. So the halving took place, and we still have, I think, about 9 to 12 months left of this bull market. It could end earlier. I did a newsletter earlier this year where I said, look, the bull market could wrap up at the end of 2024, given that Bitcoin was ahead of schedule, but we'll have to wait and see. We don't have a crystal ball, and we're looking at the facts, we're looking at the charts, we're looking at the macro factors and seeing what's taking place. And one indicator I've been sharing with you guys is the Pi cycle top indicator, and that I was telling you when we were in this pullback and correction that the bull market wasn't over, because this indicator, and it's just one item, did not flash. There wasn't a cross between the 100-day moving average and the 350-day moving average. So when that cross happens, it's signaling the top of the market. So once again, I like to look at multiple metrics and factors to get a holistic view of the market, because you don't want to just look at one metric or one chart. You want to look at multiple factors to get a better understanding of what's happening in the market. And guys, we continue to see a ton of buying by institutions. So here, Nate Geraci of the ETF store says the BlackRock iShares Bitcoin ETF now has over $20 billion in assets and taking in $250 million on a random Tuesday. $20 billion in 6 months after launch. I think we can safely put the degen retail narrative to bed. Advisors and institutional investors clearly showing up to this party. So that's the big difference in this bull market cycle. There is heavy demand from institutional investors, and they have an on-ramp to come into the market with Bitcoin and soon Ethereum via these ETFs. So next week, the Ethereum spot ETFs are going to be approved on Tuesday, July 23rd. So bullish times are ahead, my friends, and I will remind you, have a plan. Know what price points you're taking profits at, because the bull market doesn't last forever. There will be a blow off top, and we will go back to a bear market like we have in the previous cycles, guys. So have a plan, write it down. I have my plan written down. I have a spreadsheet. Here's the price points I'm taking profits on: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, and so on and so forth. So know what you're doing. And obviously no one can call the top. So you want to ladder out, kind of be the way you dollar cost average in, ladder out your profits and take money off the table, folks. And that's why I share, what's happening in the market, the price points, the charts, because we're in this bull market and it's good to have a pulse on where we're at. Now, you should do your own research. You should try your best to understand the charts and look at these different factors so you know, hey, we're almost near the top. I need to take the chips off the table. So just keep that in mind, folks, because I've been here, done that. I've messed up in past bull markets. My first go around, I learned my lesson. And in the past bull market, I took some profits as well, made some money, and I'm going to do the same here. And as I've been stating, I will reinvest some of those profits in the bloody bear market coming in 2027 and or 2026, 2027, and then ride the next bull market wave up, guys, in 2028 onward. So that's my strategy. Do your own research, but have a plan. Now, we also got some news here about Senator Bob Menendez out of New Jersey. If many of you know that he years ago was saying that Bitcoin is ideal for criminals and he was trashing it, right? He is a Democrat, and that's not to say all Democrats trash Bitcoin and so forth, but just to give you that context, because he comes from the circle of Elizabeth Warren, Brad Sherman, and these crazies, right? So he was convicted for taking bribes in gold and cash. The irony of these things, right? I even tweeted at Elizabeth Warren. I said, "Where is Elizabeth Warren's anti-gold and anti-cash army?" Right? Because she's doing this for crypto, but we know it's all bullshit. And I think it's clear as day now that what she was doing was pretty much just working on behalf of the incumbents to try to slow down crypto, trip it up, kill these crypto startups. She was using her gimp on a leash, Gary Gensler, to attack the crypto industry. But the end goal is for these TradFi folks to catch up. That's the name of the game here, because they can't kill crypto. The genie's out the bottle. Toothpaste is out of the tube. There ain't no putting it back in. And crypto is going to win. Disruptive technology always wins. We've already seen the global adoption by retail and institutional investors, and we're not even at over 1 billion people yet. We're going to get there, but it's a process, right? You look at the internet adoption, crypto is actually outpacing the internet, the rate at which the internet was being adopted. So bullish times ahead, my friends. Now, speaking of Democrats and politics and Republicans, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse was interviewed by Fortune magazine, where he mentioned like he's shocked that crypto has become a partisan issue, and essentially saying like this is just a technology and we need to embrace it, and the United States needs to do a better job here. So I absolutely agree with him there. And I retweeted him and I said the person to blame is Elizabeth Warren. She started the anti-crypto army, and I highlighted that in my book, Rethinking Crypto. So we got to document it here for history, guys, that Elizabeth Warren and her cronies were the crazies who tried to go against this technology. And Ripple is putting its money where its mouth is because they're supporting John Deaton for Senate, who is running against Elizabeth Warren in Massachusetts. If you live in Massachusetts, vote for John Deaton. If you live outside of that state, donate to John Deaton. I have donated. And here, James Murphy, Meta Lawman, says, I am extremely grateful to Ripple for its generous support for the Commonwealth Unity Fund Super PAC supporting John Deaton. Management of Ripple is proving once again they will stand and fight against even the most powerful political forces. So Ripple donated $1 million to this fund. Remember, Ripple also put in, I believe, $50 million into Fairshake, which is supporting pro-crypto candidates. And Fairshake is having a huge impact on the elections already, guys. We saw in the primaries and on Super Tuesday and so forth. So crypto is a political force now. It's amazing to see this happen. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo. BitGo is one of the top crypto custodians in the crypto industry. They are working with many big companies such as Pantera Capital, that's Dan Moorhead's hedge fund, Bitstamp Exchange, Bitcoin IRA. Nike uses BitGo for its wallet services to custody their NFTs. Some of the services that BitGo offers includes hot wallets, custodial wallets, self-managed cold wallets, and NFT wallets. So if you'd like to learn more about BitGo, go to bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Now, we got some big news around Uniswap, which is the decentralized exchange. They've actually launched a browser extension. So Hayden Adams, who's the inventor of Uniswap and also the CEO, says, thrilled to be launching Uniswap extension. We put a lot of love into this one, and it shows. Sleek UX, innovative sidebar design, natively multi-chain swapping, open source, and more. So I think they added support for like 11 blockchains. So this is really good. I've often talked about reducing the friction and making it easy for the average Joe and Jane to be able to engage with crypto, to use it, and so forth. So adding plugins to browsers that they already use, like Google Chrome, is really smart. And you can make it look Web 2-ish, if you know what I mean, but the functionality is Web 3, using blockchain, using proper protocols and security and so forth. So this is the way. This is the way, as the Mandalorians would say, right, guys? Now, big news around Lightspark, which is enabling the Bitcoin Lightning Network. They have formed a partnership with BitSo, and David Marcus, the CEO and co-founder, says the goal is to bring fast and cheap Bitcoin payments to Lightning to its 8 million customers and 1,700 enterprise clients across Latin America. This is huge adoption news. So big news here for Lightspark and BitSo as well. Jack Dorsey's wallet BitKey to integrate MoonPay for Bitcoin purchases. So I actually interviewed someone from MoonPay recently, and I'll be publishing that interview soon. MoonPay is doing some big things, so this is a big partnership for them. Block's BitKey hardware wallet is partnering with MoonPay to offer users a way to purchase Bitcoin using credit cards, bank transfers, and fintech solutions like AppPay. MoonPay president of Enterprise Keith Grossman said the entire purchase experience can now be done within the BitKey app. Jack Dorsey's Block is also the parent company of the popular retail point-of-sale platform Square and peer-to-peer payments application Cash App. Guys, the crypto infrastructure is being built here, the on and off ramps in many different avenues and different parts of the world. So this is huge news, and it's signs of a growing and maturing asset class and technology and industry, guys. So this is very bullish news. This is what you want to see. Now, Japan's Metaplanet buys an additional $1.2 million worth of Bitcoin, and the shares surge by 26%. Metaplanet is using MicroStrategy's playbook here. It's a smart move. I interviewed the folks at DeFi Technologies the other day. I published the interview on Monday where they bought 110 Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet. So this is a trend we will continue to see as crypto gets more adoption, and Bitcoin is going to become a treasury reserve asset. It's going to be an ETF asset, and then we could see central banks put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So very bullish news. So the Tokyo listed firm saw its stock surge 25.8% during the morning session. The latest acquisition disclosed brings its total Bitcoin holdings to $14.2 million. Now, we got news that Derabit to launch Bitcoin and Ether options to bet on the US elections. This is pretty wild, man, how politics has become the betting game now. And, there's been a bunch of different sites that have been tracking all these things and polling it. Plus, you have meme coins like Trump and Biden, and those react on how Biden and Trump are doing. It's pretty crazy, but this is the world we live in. Everything's become speculative, and part of that is because the growing adoption of the internet, and part of it is economic reasons. People want to speculate and do these things because they see it as a way for them to make some money to get out of some of the financial hardships they're in, especially with inflation. Their bank accounts, with checking and savings don't give them any type of interest. So how do you earn money? You got to go into assets, and some of these assets are very risky, of course. I personally don't do a lot with meme coins, but to each his own. And look, some people are making money, but you got to be careful. So crypto derivatives exchange Derabit is launching Bitcoin and Ether options that will expire in early November, allowing investors to bet on how the US election session will affect crypto markets. The trading products will go live on July 18th. Incredible stuff, folks. Incredible stuff. I think these are all signs of a bull market as well, where you have a speculation kind of running rampant. You get extreme speculation. But look, this is markets. This is human nature, guys. It's playing out. And the important thing that you need to do is to do your research and be educated about what's happening, so you make safe and informed bets. You don't want to go too risky. You don't want to go too far out on the risk curve because you could lose your shirt, right? You can get wrecked. So be careful out there. Like I've been saying, have a plan, guys. I think things are going to start to heat up pretty significantly, like I said, over the next 9 months, and it could come faster. So this is why I'm, sounding the alarm a bit here that have a plan. You want to make sure you walk away from this market with money in your pocket, that you walked away with a great return on your investment. Okay, folks, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Don't forget to sign up for our free email newsletter on Substack. It includes a lot of crypto insights and knowledge. Also, please grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. It's also available on barnesandnobles.com. And buy a couple copies for your friends and family so they can learn about crypto. It includes tips for investing in crypto. Once again, going back to being financially educated, I tried to give a holistic view of this market and investing in it in the book. And if you've already bought a copy, please leave a rating and review. It would really help me out and support me. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.